every week for the last couple of months, I have gone to the doctor. Well, this week, that appointment has been canceled. Now, they have still requested that I come by and pick up an Una boot so that I can keep a fresh Una boot on my leg at all times. So I'm gonna do that a little bit later on today after we get done with lunch. I'll just go in next week and we'll go from there. But today, if you can't tell by the title, those of you who are still interested in the Chris Watts case, I am going to throw something out there. There's a new documentary that's going to be released, and probably no one even knows about it yet. So I'm only going to spend a second on it, and then we'll move on. I am going to, like I said, swing by and pick up the Una boot for my leg. And the other night, we discovered that a celebrity, an actress, was actually born and raised in Montgomery, my hometown, and I didn't even know it. She may be the greatest African-American actress of all time. She's definitely one of them, and she's super funny. I never knew it. When I found out the other night, it was a complete shock to me. So I'm going to talk about that today. This should be a pretty interesting video. Yeah. First off, I talked about it in the intro. I'm working on fixing us some lunch. Today just seemed like a good day to grill out. It's hot out. The sun is shining, which is still kind of early, so it hasn't quite gotten overhead yet, but it will be there before long, I promise you. And it's going to be really hot. But today felt like a great day to cook out. First up today, while this is going, for those of you who are still interested in the Chris Watts case, several months ago, a documentary company reached out to me and said that they were making a Netflix documentary on Chris Watts. They have done quite a few other documentaries for Netflix, and they're making one about Chris Watts. They sent me another email today and said that the documentary was all complete, that it will be airing this fall. As you can see on the email, they haven't titled it yet or anything, but it will be up this fall. It popped up on my timeline the other day and it was Chris's birthday, and he talked to someone where he had told them that the reality of what he had done had finally sunk in, and he was miserable. And he realized now that he had nowhere to go. There was nothing left for him. He was going to be sitting there in that little cell for the rest of his life. I read it and was like, man, it took you 2 years to figure that out. Now, this documentary company, their first email that they sent me says that they have reached out to all the family members involved and everything, and that everybody's on board with it. Basically, when I flew up to Frederick and I told the whole story, and I traveled around the town of Frederick, and I went out to the oil fields and all that, they wanted to sample some of that footage. That's the reason why they were reaching out to me. But so for those of you who are still interested, who still can't get enough of it, shortly after the anniversary of it happening, Netflix will be releasing a documentary. So you have that to look forward to. For those of you who are not from the South, who have never been down here to the South, gnats, buzzing things that aggravate the stew out of you, flies, mosquitoes, they are really bad in southern United States area, down here in the Southeast at least. Back on, I forget what holiday it was, Memorial Day maybe, something to that nature, I grilled out for like the first time down here in Opp, and they completely aggravated the ever-living stew out of me. So I have gone above and beyond to counter that today. I have hung up a bug zapper, I've got fly strips up, and I have lit a citronella candle in hopes that they would leave me alone today. I went ahead and came in and picked up the Uniboot on my way in. That's all it is. Before I continue on, I am going to change my shirt. And for one, I don't want to mess this one up. This is my good Alabama shirt for game days. And, secondly, I always wear the t-shirts that has my YouTube channel on it, especially if I'm out filming, because for whatever reason, people, if they see you out like this, people tend to want to know what you're doing. They stop and ask, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I find that because I wear the shirts, I don't get asked as much what I'm doing because they can see on my shirt it's YouTube. Long story short, I'm gonna throw one on before I move on with the rest of this video. Oh, there's one right there. That was, uh-oh, I got something on my shirt. That whole putting the t-shirt on, that was the very first editing trick that I learned when I started learning how to do editing. That was the very first one I learned how to do. It's so much fun. My hometown, I've lived here. Wow, that's... Is it gonna stop? Dang. I guess that's why everybody's leaving Montgomery. Amy and I, the other night, we were in the room. We were watching Netflix. And Amy had on a show that was called Self-Made. It's a Netflix like mini-series called Self-Made. And we started talking about it, how the lead actress in that movie, she's so funny. And she's been in so many movies, and she's hilarious. And Amy went to look her up. Turns out, she's from right here in Montgomery, Alabama. I'm talking about Octavia Spencer. Surely all of you have seen a movie or seen her in a TV show, something that she has been in. She has been in nearly 100 different movies.
Hell, you guys want to party like rock stars?
Almost 50 different TV shows.
I didn't come here to make sandwiches. I came here to do business.
Well, like I said, she was born and raised right here in Montgomery, Alabama. She was born in 1970. She was one of 7 children, as her mom worked as a maid here in Montgomery. Her father passed away when she was very young, and she went to high school right here, Jefferson Davis High School. Everyone that knew her while she was in high school says she was an excellent student. She always made good grades, and she was a wonderful human being. But it was right here. She went to high school right here. The entire time, she knew what she wanted to do. After she graduated from Jeff Davis High School, Octavia Spencer then moved on to college. She started off right here at Auburn University in Montgomery, Alabama. She's right here behind me. She spent a couple of years studying here before transferring to the actual Auburn University campus, which is in Auburn, Alabama, where she finished her studies and graduated in 1994. In 1996, here in Montgomery, they started filming a little movie called A Long Walk Home, starring Whoopi Goldberg. Octavia Spencer was brought on as an intern for that movie, and it's where she got her first taste of filmmaking. Also in the year 1996, she got her first debut in a film called A Time to Kill. A year later, 1997, at the advice of one of her best friends from here, Tate Taylor, she moved to LA. After she moved to LA, she would spend nearly a decade taking small, scene-stealing acting roles. And I'm talking about some pretty big named movies like Never Been Kissed with Drew Barrymore, Being John Malkovich, Blue Streak with Martin Lawrence, Spider-Man, the Tobey Maguire version, Big Mama's House, Legally Blonde 2, SWAT, Bad Santa, Coach Carter, even Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And then in 2011, her good friend would come calling. I'm talking about Tate Taylor. He had the perfect role for Octavia Spencer, playing the role of Minnie Jackson in The Help.
Minnie? Hey, Abilene. Hey, Minnie.
And I just have to say, I don't know if all of you have seen the movie The Help or not, but you know, at one point she defecates in a pie and serves it to the lady. And I'm wondering, did she like go to the bathroom and hold the pie under her? Or how did she get her fecal matter into a way that she could bake it in a pie? That's the kind of stuff I think about when I'm seeing that. But nevertheless, that role launched her into superstar. She would then start a film career that would be unprecedented, starring in high-profile roles in movies like the Divergent series, the movie Hidden Figures, the NASA movie, that was a great movie, The Shape of Water, the Doolittle, most recently the Netflix show Self-Made, where she played Madam C.J. Walker, and upcoming, the first one is actually being directed by Robert Zemeckis, the same director from Back to the Future. It's called The Witches. I think it's supposed to be like a horror comedy type movie. And then right after that, she's teaming up with the absolutely hilarious Melissa McCarthy in a movie called Thunder Force, where she and Melissa McCarthy will somehow develop superpowers, and that will be absolutely hilarious. I can't wait to see it. And throughout all this time that she's been making all these movies, she's also been popping up in several very popular TV shows like CSI, The Big Bang Theory. That's like my all-time favorite show. I love The Big Bang Theory. ER, The Wizards of Waverly Place, 30 Rock, Mom, and so on and so on and so on. Her film career is incredible. She's been in so much stuff. She's won awards. She was voted one of the top 25 funniest actresses in Hollywood of all time. She's done so many incredible things in the world of filmmaking, and she's from right here in my hometown, and I never knew it. I didn't know it until just a couple of days ago. Channing Tatum is also from this area, and I know that he comes in all the time, and it's like this big, huge media fanfare when he comes to Montgomery, but I never once have heard of Octavia Spencer being here in Montgomery. I guess she does it all in secrecy, because it's not like I've never heard of the huge fanfare like what follows Channing Tatum around when he's in town. So, I mean, that was it. Surely all of you have seen Octavia Spencer in something. I was shocked by the revelation that she was from my hometown. I needed something to make a filler video while I am working out where we're going to go now that everything is opening back up. I would venture to say that there is a really good chance there's not a single person out there that doesn't like her as an actress. So could Octavia Spencer be one of the greatest actresses of our generation? Definitely. She's great.
And the Oscar goes to Octavia Spencer.
This is her first Academy Award.
Oh, thank you. I have to thank my family in Alabama, the state of Alabama.
That is going to do it for this video. I knew coming into this that talking about Chris Watts at the beginning, some of you were going to be happy to know that there was something new coming out about him. But I also knew the other half of you were going to be like, ugh, not this guy again. But that's why I kept it short and got to the point and moved on to try to please everyone. And also finding out that Octavia Spencer was born and raised right here in my hometown. Like I said, we could have crossed paths somewhere along the way, either on the movie set for A Long Walk Home or, just here in town. Back then, when I was a young child, Montgomery was a lot smaller than it is now. It has grown immensely over the last decade or so. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, please go down and click that subscribe button. Take it a step further, hit that notification bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. If you want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description box below. Or you can follow me on Facebook, on Instagram, or Twitter at Real Bama Mike. Thank you all so much. I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow's, as I discussed earlier, this was a filler video. Tomorrow's not going to be a filler video, so it should be fun. I hope you all have a great day. Please stay safe and stay healthy.
Everybody's at the record house, rocking at the record house. Rocking at the record house, baby.